Hello, everyone, and welcome to our CCS, College for Creative Studies, Career Development and our Connections to Industry virtual info session. I have with me today the amazing Shannon McPartlin. Shannon specializes in building collaborations between business leaders, academia, and community organizations. And of course, that is all to benefit our students. To date, she has engaged over 3,000 students and faculty, has facilitated some really crucial career readiness programs, and has secured over $17 million in funding to advance art and design education and career connection, 400 industry partnerships, and just so much more than that, and has positioned CCS as one of only 15% of colleges in the U.S. That are considered opportunity colleges in the Carnegie classifications. So without further ado, I will let you go ahead, Shannon, and talk about everything that the Office of Partnerships offers to our students.
Thank you, Chris. And hello, everyone, and thank you for joining this presentation this evening. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and get started. And I'm going to make sure to share sound. Alrighty. So I should be live. Can everyone see my screen? Great.
Yes, we
I'm
can.
going to go off video just to make sure that we don't have any lapse in the internet. Alrighty, so thank you again for joining today. I'm going to talk today about the Office of Partnerships and what we do. So this first slide just really describes some of our missions and objectives for the Office of Partnerships at CCS. As you can see here, we do focus on a couple of core areas, including curricular experiential learning, which I'm going to talk a little bit about soon, career development, industry relationships, and then support for campus-wide initiatives, including speakers and exhibitions. So a majority of our work is looking at career development, and then we've got the industry relationship building and engagement, and then creative connections. So what does that mean? So under career development, our office oversees all of the opportunities to engage with our partners for employment. So that could be an internship, a job, an apprenticeship. And what we do is offer coaching and resources. We also have many campus events throughout the year, including company presentations, portfolio reviews, and industry day events. We also support all of our industry engagement. So that means any internships or jobs that are coming in from our partners, we are funneling through this office, and we then will get those to the students in a variety of ways. We have several digital platforms that we use, including Handshake, InterStride, which is primarily for international students, and our CCS portfolio website. Additionally, we host educational partnerships in the classroom, which we call sponsor projects. We have a very robust internship program where you can receive credit for doing these internships. So you're getting paid to do an internship and receiving credit. And finally, like I mentioned, we host many industry day events for all departments across campus and have really great turnout from our partners for those events. So they're able to recruit students for what they have available. Lastly, we have our creative connections. So within that, we host a variety of lectures and symposiums. We also have outreach networks with our alumni and our institutional advancement office. And we work really closely with our partners on any new business that may benefit our students. So here you just have a quick snapshot of some of the stats that our office has had over the past year. So here you can see that we've had over 275 one-on-one coaching sessions this past academic year, which shows how great our career coaches are. We have had over 1,125 portfolio reviews in the fall and winter semesters, which is huge. That's one-on-one portfolio reviews between students and professionals. We've had over 500 partners attend those industry day events I was just talking about. We've had over 2,750 students placed in internships over the past 15 years. And lastly, you can see here, we've had a high number of attendees for our lectures and exhibitions. And those are students, the community, our faculty. We encourage everyone to come and check out the artists that we bring onto campus. So now I'm going to dive a little deeper into each section. Within career development, as I mentioned, we've hosted over 275 one-on-one sessions this past year. And that is led by both Haley and Tom. Haley is our art majors career coach, and Tom is our design major career coach. They are available to our students the entire year, even in the summer. And what do they offer? Which they offer career coaching and mentorship. They will sit with the students and use the various tools we have to find internships and employment. They will also help students to sit down and look at their resume, make sure it's relevant for the disciplines and the jobs that they want. They will review their portfolio to make sure it's ready to be shared, and they will work with the students to prepare them for the interviews that they get. Additionally, as I talked about with our on-campus events, so we do offer Lunch and Learn series, which is what we call our skills workshops. And that will cover anything from building a resume to networking to how to land the job that you want. We offer those throughout the entire academic year. We host several companies on campus in the fall and winter for specific company information presentations. We do professional practice events. We have a 4-week program where we will invite students to come and learn more about how to move from student to professional. We do portfolio reviews throughout the year with industry professionals, as I mentioned. And then lastly, we host open houses and studio events primarily for our fine art departments. So here's just a quick snapshot of our Lunch and Learn series, as I just described. So these are some of the different series that you can see here that we offer. So you've got Handshake, LinkedIn portfolio site overview, resume and cover letter, and so on. And we always provide lunch. So you're eating and you're learning and you're engaging, and it's a really great opportunity to just get a head start on some of this work. As I mentioned, we have a CCS portfolio website that we offer to students once they have an approved portfolio by their department chair. We've had a lot of growth on this site since we launched in 2022. So you can see here 25% growth. This actually has grown to 525 students in the 25-26 year. And what we're learning is that our partners and external community are staying on this page and they are leaning into what the students have here. So I highly recommend that if you are thinking about CCS, you hop onto this page. We can definitely get the link to you and take a look at what some of the students are doing. Oops, sorry about that. Handshake is the portal we use to accept all of the internships and jobs that our partners are offering. We have a person on our team that vets every single opportunity that comes in to make sure it's relevant for artists and designers. And here you can see we have 26 approved employers. We've been able to add 120 paid internships in over 118 jobs. So there's a lot of activity on Handshake, and our career coaches will walk students through this platform. The day you start at CCS, you get a profile for Handshake. So it's never too early to start populating it with any previous experiences that you've had and start to build it out so that when you're ready for an internship or job, you can just hit send and everything can be sent out for these opportunities. As I mentioned, InterStride is a very similar platform, but is primarily for international students who may be seeking to stay in the United States for jobs. So that's another opportunity. And we also are part of the Michigan Career Connect group, which allows students to have a one-on-one virtual career support person. And we've seen a lot of success with this. They can connect students to internships and full-time placements that we may not have on Handshake, but that they have experience with. So this is just another platform that our students can connect with when the time comes. So next, I'll talk a bit more about our industry engagement. This is a snapshot of some of the companies that we had on campus last year for Industry Day events, for company presentations, for sponsored projects. So we are working with every type of company all across the world, and you can expect to see that when you come to CCS. Earlier, I mentioned curricular experiential learning. So within that definition, we're really looking at hands-on learning that's happening in the classroom or outside that is credit-based. So that includes sponsored projects, for-credit internships, research, entrepreneurship, and study abroad. And one of our goals at CCS is that 100% of our students will have at least one of these experiences before they graduate. So what our office really focuses on is educational partnerships that are sponsored projects. And how those work is our office works closely with industry to develop a design brief for a class typically. We work closely with the department chair, faculty to come up with that brief so that it is relevant for students. And it will take place in the classroom over the course of a semester, or if it's a smaller design sprint, it might be shorter. And the project typically will include reviews with those professionals throughout the process. At the end of the project, what's really wonderful is the portfolio piece that the students then have to show other professionals what they were able to accomplish in this scenario. Additionally, these are funded projects, so typically all of the deliverables, field trips, scholarships are covered by the cost of the class. So here you can just see a snapshot of some of the partners' results that we had from the past couple of years. So just this past year, we've had, I believe, 30 partnerships, and we're able to offer around the same amount this past year that we were in 24-25. So it's a great way to gain professionalism in the classroom, but also tap into some scholarship funding if it's available and work with your peers on a really cool project. So I wanted to give you a snapshot of some of the projects that we've done just so you can kind of see how they all come together. So this first one is with Zoox, which is a company out in California that's doing a lot of mobility driverless vehicles. And this was a project that the students did in transportation design and interior design, where they were challenged to think about an organic system or relationship found in nature and what they could do with that to replicate or work with it and create an immersive story that would help them to develop the next generation of the Zoox vehicle. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video so you can kind of get an idea of what was done in this project.
This was one of the first times that I've actually seen a project, even in my time in school, where everyone had something stellar. I didn't have to fake and pretend like, this is really good, you know, oh, I'm so proud of you, like my parents do to me. I didn't have to do that. Like, I could actually genuinely say, like, you did great and you impressed and inspired me, which is the whole reason we came here. What Zoox wanted to do with CCS in this project was to really challenge students to think more of car design as a story and less of just a hot sketch. We believe at Zoox that it's way deeper than that. We believe that the future is written as a story, not in paintings. And that, to us, is more beautiful than just sort of surface level design.
The students were designing vehicles based on the story that they were developing. Find a principle in nature, a relationship in nature, and have that inspire the project and give a strong story and a cause to the design that they were developing. When I saw the students presenting their work, I was amazed, really. I think the outcome was incredible.
I feel some sense of responsibility to the school for what it's given me. And so to be able to come back with everything that I've learned, the things that I've learned, things like you don't have to be the best artist in the world to be a good designer. You can find other strengths, you can find other things. You need to find out what you're passionate about. Don't just look at the desk next to you for what your benchmark is. Like, look inside yourself and find out what you love about this. So getting to come here and then see, like, what are people who aren't in our world thinking right now? And they all did that. They challenged me.
Okay, so that was an example of a transportation design project. And oftentimes with these projects, you will see that we have some wonderful alumni that come back and help lead those projects. So we're very connected to our alumni for that reason, and many others because they're just amazing. But they do love to come back and work with the students and vice versa. So it's really great. Another project we did was with Carhartt, and in this project, which was with fashion design, the students were looking at multifunctional, eco-conscious products that honor Carhartt's legacy of quality and utility through a zero-waste sustainability lens. So Carhartt was so generous in giving us some of the materials that they weren't using anymore, and the students sort of had to repurpose and rethink what that could be used for. So this is a snapshot of what they did in that project. And again, that was a fashion design project. Our next project is one we just completed last summer with Zoomies, and students from illustration and fashion design actually were given blank skateboards, and they had to create their own design on the skateboards, which were then on display at the Somerset collection for several weeks. And it just kind of gave the students some freedom to be creative and think about what they would want to reflect on these skateboards, kind of a blank canvas. Next up, we have Nickelodeon, which was a really cool project that we did in collaboration with two of our alumni, one of which worked at Nickelodeon at the time, and he was able to develop briefs with the students that focused on props and FX and character design. And then at the second half of the class, he focused a bit more on real prop assignments, similar to what he was working on at the time with Loud House. So the students were really learning from somebody right in the industry how to create these types of stories. And oh, I'm sorry, last but not least, we have an amazing project that we do with my Nod every year, which is to design their poster series for each summer. This was one of our very first posters we did. Super cool. And lastly, just a quick snapshot of some of the partners we work with. This is definitely not exhaustive of all the partners we work with, but it gives you a quick idea of the types of partners that we do bring into the classroom to work with our students. In addition to the educational partnerships I just described, we also, as I mentioned, do offer internships for credit. So you can see here that students really take advantage of this program. We highly encourage an internship while you're at CCS, maybe your junior year, even senior year, and we'll offer credit for those internships. Our department will help you with the paperwork, and a lot of times you are making money. So it's great because you're getting paid, you're getting credit, and we will offer a reduced price if you do end up taking an internship for credit, that you can essentially save money as well. Lastly, I just want to touch base quickly about Creative Connections. As I mentioned, we offer speakers and exhibitions throughout the year, lectures and opportunities to be on campus. It is now summertime, so we have a little bit less to show here, but we do have a student exhibition open hours happening right now, so you can see here what those dates and times are. And then we do have an upcoming exhibition on campus starting on Monday, June 22nd. Lastly, this is the team of people that work on these different types of opportunities to engage with CCS, and I hope that we get to see all of you soon. But if you need anything, please feel free to reach out to us at partnerships@ccsdetroit.edu, or you can also reach out to me directly, and I'm happy to provide my email. All right. Well, thank you for your time, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Shannon. Really appreciate that. Can I just ask you a quick question?
Sure.
Okay. I am wondering, like, what are the ways that you've seen these things grow over the time that you've been there, and and what kind of changes have come about in industries and in the arts world and things like that?
Yeah, great question. I think what we've seen is a real desire from our partners to engage with the school in different ways. I think there's such a high value that our art and design students bring to industry, and they want to see how our students work. They want to learn about the ways in which they problem solve and think through design problems. And this is a great opportunity, whether it's through an internship or through a sponsored project, to get onto campus and start to really interact with students before they graduate. So a lot of the times that they're doing these types of opportunities that I described, it's because it's almost like an on-campus interview. So they're getting to know the students before they even interview them. So there's so many opportunities throughout the year, like I described, to interact with our partners. And we have just seen it continually increase over the past couple of years, just the number of partners that we're working with, the types of partners we're working with. And I think that's a testament to the awesome students at CCS and our faculty who are teaching them.
That's so awesome. Yeah. And you were just before we started recording, you were talking about how the student exhibition, which just opened at the end of last week, was just, just blows you away each year, and how the students sort of top themselves, from year to year. They just keep going and going, and
Every year.
Yeah.
It gets better every year. I always say, how will they set the bar higher? each year, and it always happens. And I think, again, it goes back to the variety
Mhm.
of artwork that you see when you look at the student exhibition. Some of it is guided by industry through the projects, but some of it's just personal passion projects that the students have. And it's a really nice blend of just being able to still be an art practitioner, but thinking about how that could translate into a career. So it's just an amazing variety of work every year and just keeps getting better.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it also seems like an opportunity for when people in the industry are coming to see the exhibition and the industry days and everything, that like they're not going to come and be like, yeah, I saw that project last year. They're going to see something new like every single
Yes.
time, get excited about what students are innovating on and everything. So
Absolutely.
cool.
And you know, the students are just so fantastic, and a lot of them do take advantage of what we offer through the career development services that Haley and Tom can support with the students, and those opportunities for our students to talk one-on-one with industry at the industry day events. Our career coaches can prep the students, be ready to have your elevator pitch, if you will, around what you're designing or what you're building. And it goes a long way when you're presenting soft skills. And our partners always say that we're always really impressed with CCS students' presentations and conversation skills.
That's really great. Yeah. Yeah, I think so many places that I've been before, a lot of times students don't take advantage of the
Yeah.
opportunities that are presented to them. So that's reassuring to hear that you have all
Oh,
of
they
this stuff to
do.
offer and that they're coming and using it. That's really wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do. They do. I mean, just today I had four students who signed up for 4 credit internships. Four, just today. So they're taking advantage of what we have and they're meeting with the people we have. And I always tell them, we work for you. So tell us what we can do to help you to get to where you want to go.
That's really great. All right. Well, unless there's anything else you'd like to mention, I am going to end the recording. But
Okay,
you can
great.
reach out to us and we will have this up on YouTube and we will do this again every year, and
Yeah,
you can find out whatever you need to from us. So thanks very
great.
much. All right.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.